Nursing graduate students protested against cadetship shortages. Former American Idol star performed in Perth. Thanks for tuning in.
Also in the news this week, more government secretaries caught up in illegal structured home scandals and a nationwide protest against Israel's bombings in the Gaza region.
This is the Evening News.
Good evening. If you are a nursing graduate student and can't find a job in Western Australia, keep calm because you are not alone. The serious situation has pushed nursing graduate Jessica Tully to lead her fellow classmates protesting at Parliament House early this week, attracting media attention as well as the opposition's criticism towards the state government.
After countless attempts to work in the nursing industry, Perth graduate nurses rallied at Parliament House on Monday, claiming their right for a job in the field they have put time, effort and money. These graduates are upset because despite their knowledge and experience obtained after several years of study, none of them have yet been able to work as nurses. And this is exactly how graduate and organiser Jessica Tully feels after not being able to develop her skills and kickstart her career because no job vacancies have been offered at many West Australian hospitals.
I've put in so much hard work in this career. It takes a lot of time on your hands. It's a lot of clinical practice that you have to put in, and now we're unemployed.
You don't do nursing for the money, you do it because you love, helping people and, you want to make a difference in the community, and we're not even going to be able to do that now.
Shadow Health Minister Roger Cook said that over 600 students are likely to miss out on graduate training places, resulting in a lack of registered nurses in the long term.
If they don't get these graduate training places, they won't be able to make the smooth transition from student to registered nurse. If we don't have the nurses, we don't have the staff standing by our patients in our hospitals.
He also said it is the government's responsibility to ensure that places for graduate students are available so that they can deliver the healthcare they are committed to.
Organiser Jessica Tully has also set up a Facebook page called Give Nurses a Chance, where people are encouraged to sign up an online petition to help Jessica and other students achieve the places they deserve. Alexandra, Mollo, DHK News. Sunday has become Western Australia's favourite shopping day, according to WA Commerce Minister Simon O'Brien. The latest figures show an average of 20,000 people visit major shopping centres on Sundays since the state government introduced the long-awaited Sunday trading in August this year.
Sunday trading has been a hit with West Australian shoppers since its introduction 3 months ago, with shoppers revelling in the accessibility of up to 80% of shops in the state being open each Sunday. Sunday has become the busiest shopping day of the week, much to the glee of the state government's Commerce Minister Simon O'Brien, who believes it's not just the government who can see the improvements.
The shop owners are seeing the greater shopper flow past their doors. They're making the choice increasingly to make sure they do open on Sundays to take advantage of the shopping dollars that are around.
The growth has been compared to that of the eastern states, and Lino Yakamela of the Property Council of Australia praised how the West Australian public has taken to the new trading hours.
The number of people now shopping on a Sunday in Perth, we've reached a level where in the eastern states it took up to 2 years for these same numbers, an average of 20,000 people, to attend the major centres on a Sunday, and that's a remarkable achievement.
And the ebb and flow of trading has indeed gotten away of Sunday, as Westfield Regional Manager Malcolm Reid quoted 90% of stores in their retail hubs were opening to the public.
Nutrition in regards to some of the other days, but all it does is give the customers the opportunity to choose when they want to shop as opposed to being prescribed to when they can shop.
Sunday trading began on August 26, 2012. Kristian, Dwyer, DHK News.
Now to this week's feature story. After last year's success on the Boombox Music concert, former American Idol contestant Andrew Garcia has returned to Australia again for another epic music tour. Other American YouTube stars including Taryn Southern, Chester C and others performed together in Perth on Sunday. Here are some highlights of the show and the interviews. It's the show that all the youths in Perth have been long waiting for. The 18 Music Tour brought America's most famous YouTube personalities performing on the stage. Former American Idol contestant Andrew Garcia has returned to Australia for the second time after last year's Boombox Music Tour. In addition, internet comedian including Taryn Southern, Chester C, Jay Rice, Liz Craze, Auburn and others have also partaken in the show.
I'm always looking forward to performing with my friends. I mean, they're they're all amazing. So it's always like, no matter what, it's going to be a good show. So it's always like, I always get excited just knowing that they're about to perform and I'm about to perform with them.
While Taryn Southern was hoping the audiences will enjoy the performance.
Hopefully the audience enjoys this show. You know, it's like we've been through a lot to get here to Perth, and we're just excited that we have people coming to the show and supporting us. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. So hopefully they just enjoy it and have a good time.
And the audience were having a great time, from dancing at the front of the stage to shouting out their love towards their personalities. On the other hand, viewers who've purchased VIP tickets were able to meet and greet the musicians before the show. The organiser of the event was pleased that approximately 400 people turned out to this event, despite the numbers were less than last year's Boombox concert.
The outcome is pretty good, considering that we have to compete with Stereosonic and the other big shows, and considering that lots of people are actually flying off end of the year as well. So I think it's pretty good.
And in the end, the artists have a message left for you.
Hey, seriously, thank you for everything.
Thanks, Australia.
We have had a great time. We love kangaroos.
Thanks, Australia.
We love wallabies.
Hey, you guys in there? Let us out of this thing.
Fantastic, and you can catch up on all the latest interviews on our YouTube channel at the link below. Sarah.
Thanks, Ivan. Back to Hong Kong news now. The battle towards new free-to-air licensing continues to unfold, with licence hopeful City Telecom chairman suing the ATV executive for the alleged defamatory comments. Hong Kong correspondent Gordon Choi reports.
ATV Executive Director James Shing held a press conference on Wednesday morning, advises Ricky Wong YK, chairperson of City Telecom, to turn himself into the police for allegedly stealing confidential business information of the station, leading to vicious competition. He says that police are now investigating the charge.
我講多一次，人證物證都齊。我勸Ricky 都係去差館自首。
He also questioned is it legal for former government information coordinator Andy Ho-on-Ted to assist Wong as a lobbyist, persuading political parties to support for issuing new free-to-air TV licenses. Ricky Wong commented on the press conference with a statement, saying the slapstick act of ATV is insane and will not reply any further. Gordon Choi, DHK News, Hong Kong.
Another government secretary is under fire after reportedly owning an illegal structured home. DHK News understands Permanent Secretary for Transport and Housing Duncan Prescott has already appointed a contractor to remove unauthorized work on his home. The accusation followed after Hong Kong Chief Executive CY Leung embroiled over the same scandal at his home in the Peak. China National People's Congress Committee member Rita Fan urged Mr. Leung to answer questions in order to save the public trust towards the government.
Legislative Council members urged the government to regain its control over electricity tariffs. The call comes after both utility companies proposed to increase electricity prices by mid-December.
With the review of the scheme of control agreements between the government and the power companies, Hong Kong Electric and CLP Power are due early next year. Legislators have urged the government to control electricity price through the scheme. The agreement permits power companies to have a 9.99% of maximum return on their investments, which is considered by the public as too generous. Environment Secretary Wong Kam Sing says the government cannot do much until 2018, when the agreement expires. It is expected that the Hong Kong government will announce the electricity price increase proposed by both CLP Power and Hong Kong Electric by mid-December. Kelvin, DHK News, Hong Kong.
To world news, close to 100 people protested against Israel's bombings towards the Gaza region in Perth CBD. The demonstration was part of the nationwide rally to raise awareness about the disaster, at the same time urging the Australian government not to turn a blind eye towards the issue.
Australian activist group Green Left took to the Perth CBD to protest against the Israeli attacks on Palestinian territory, notably the Gaza blockade. Over 100 people marched upon Murray Street Mall this Sunday, voicing their concerns in a united front that has seen organised protests and rallies in Melbourne, Sydney, Hobart, Adelaide, Brisbane and Canberra. It comes in the wake of rising tensions in the Middle East, as more and more people are starting to voice their opinions on the conflict that has been fueled for decades by mistrust. Protest organiser Alex Bainbridge believes that Australia and Australians as a whole could be doing much more to help the situation.
The Australian government was integrally involved in the formation of the State of Israel, and right to this day remains one of the foremost international supporters of the Israeli state in the world. So that gives Australian people an important responsibility to stand up for justice and for human rights in this case.
The protest comes as the federal Labor backbench has forced Prime Minister Julia Gillard to abandon her plan to vote against a controversial Palestinian bid for upgraded United Nations status. Patryk, Lazarz, DHK News.
And before we go, a reminder that current affairs program WA Tonight will be back next week instead. That's how the world looks tonight.
Anna Godden will be back on this chair next week. Good evening.
Good night.